Makakasama natin ngayong hapon ang isang UP Diliman Political Science Professor, Professor Jean Franco. Prof. Jean, magandang hapon po. And it's nice to see you back dito po sa ating programa.
Hi, magandang hapon at magandang hapon sa mga nanonood at nakikinig.
Professor Jean, first, napaka-ma-aksyon na week dito sa Senado itong natunghayan natin over the past week. Una po sa lahat, siguro, the big elephant in the room, gaano kalaki yung role na pinlay nitong looming impeachment trial laban kay Vice President Sara Duterte sa lahat nung nangyari? We can take a look at the leadership change, we can take a look at the protection given to Senator Bato de la Rosa. So, gaano kalaki yung role ng impeachment trial?
Clearly, it has been the most destabilizing factor, no? In the Senate, no, this past week. And it's unfortunate that some senators behaved with arrogance and without a modicum of respect for the rule of law. I tell you, history will not be kind to them.
Professor Jean, so let's take a look at the possible leadership change na naman dito sa Senado a few minutes from now. Ayan, narinig natin yung report ni Keith, no? It could be Senator Cheese Escudero, it could be Senator Juan Miguel Zubiri, nandiyan din yung pangalan ni Senator Win Gatchalian, even the name of Senator Kiko Pangilinan was floated over the weekend. So, what does it say about the current state of the Senate na papalit-palit tayo ng liderato?
Ang tingin ko, this is a portent of things to come, no? Given the looming impeachment trial, it's going to be very challenging because the purpose of the senators is to be able to have a majority that can control the trial, no? I think the trial is already a done deal. My sense is that it's going to be very difficult for them now to justify to the public if they don't pursue the trial. So now the objective is to be able to control, no, the proceedings. So that's why the Senate is like this.
Professor Jean, kung titingnan natin yung patterns, posible kasing mangyari, and it's hard not to take a look at this, is i-dribble ulit dyan sa Senado yung impeachment case. Especially, merong mga pending ngayon na petisyon before the Supreme Court. Maaring yun ulit yung gamitin na bala. Antayin natin kung ano yung sasabihin ng Supreme Court. Especially when there are questions about how the House conducted the hearings on the impeachment cases. So, posible kayang mangyari ulit yun, Professor Jean? I-dribble ulit, patagalin ulit dyan sa Senado. I-raise ulit yung mga pending petitions before the Supreme Court. Antayin natin kung anong sabihin ng Supreme Court.
Once again, if they do that, they're going to invite instability. Ano na yan second time na, di ba? So masyado nang halata, no? If they postpone or even give us a sense that they're trying to delay the trial, I'm pretty sure magkakaroon ng what do you call this? Interchamber quarrel. Magagalit ang House. They've already worked hard complying with revised procedures in response to the Supreme Court decision last year. And now, hahanap na naman ng rason. It's going to be very difficult for the public and for the House of Representatives to understand, no?
Professor Jean, which it begs now the question, bakit hindi na nga lang ituloy, yung impeachment trial? Kasi kung talaga namang, again, if we're just looking at it from a numbers perspective, at the end of the day, they can just choose na dismiss yung kaso. Ilagay sa boto, i-dismiss. Bakit ba ayaw in the first place na mapag-usapan man lamang yung impeachment case?
Well, ayaw. And also trying to manage kung matutuloy what can be said, no, during the trial, what cannot be what cannot be, kumbaga, sino ang pwedeng magsalita, sino hindi pwedeng magsalita, anong ebidensya ang pwede, ano ang hindi pwede. So yun yung ano, kumbaga susunod na agenda, no, kapag indeed na hold na nga ang trial. Kaya ayaw nila, syempre, they don't, for those who support Sara Duterte, they don't want the trial to be very damaging, no, for the VP. Yeah, and given the fact that the VP has already declared her candidacy, so I think that's precisely the main purpose. Whereas those who do not support Sara Duterte will try their very best to at least present pieces of evidence that will, at least if just in case Sara is not going to be convicted by the Senate, at the very least, it gets to put a dent, so to speak, in her candidacy.
I like what you said, Professor Jean, no? Because in a way, if you look at it, kapag natuloy yung trial, hindi may iwasan na you will show your cards, no? Kahit hindi man yan doon sa boto ng conviction or dismissal noong kaso. You will be showing your cards doon sa line of questioning. Pwedeng mga ganyan yung mga indication eh. Pwede even, kasi may mga botohan pa yan, Professor Jean, no? We've seen that in previous impeachment cases katulad noong doon sa kaso dati ni Erap, no? Nakita natin na may mga botohan pa na nangyari prior doon pa sa botohan talaga for the conviction.
Oo. At saka at the end of the day, my sense is that they don't yes, they don't want to present their side, no? Most of the senators right now they don't like to make a stand, because making a stand might cost them. So that's why it's important for them to delay, to postpone, or to probably make the trial not very damaging to Sara Duterte.
What does it do though, Professor Jean, yung having that concrete stand? Because in a way, if you look at it, yes, of course, concrete stand yung pagboto ng conviction or dismissal ng kaso, no? Pero in a way, you kind of know kung saan nakatindig itong ating mga senador. You kind of have an idea kung are they on this side, leaning on this side, or leaning on that side. Ano yung power of making that concrete stand?
Eh di pinakilala mo na kung saan ka. Di ba? Alam mo naman, politics is addition, hindi subtraction. So, pero if they are like that, then they are also reneging on their promise, no? Every election to the Filipino people na, tataya ako sa inyo, ipaglalaban ko kayo. Kasi at the end of the day, by making a stand, kahit ano pa yung stand nila, then they are doing their constitutional mandate. Diba?
Of course, our senator judges would say that they will be looking at evidence, but and this is purely speculative, but if you look at it on paper, mukhang lamang sa ngayon yung mga number ng senators who are allied with the vice president or leaning doon sa side ng vice president. No? But have we seen an instance in the past, Professor June, na because of what we saw in the developments sa mga impeachment trial, because of the shift in public view of the developments in the trial, biglang nag-iba yung ihip ng hangin at nag-iba rin yung vote.
Yeah, you are correct. Yeah, that can in fact happen. And that is why we have this leadership question, no? In the Senate for the past week. Kasi gusto nila na, gusto nila nga na ma-maneuver yung proceedings para yung public sentiment ay hindi masyadong strong such that yung mga senador din hindi, kumbaga, kasi mahirap, halimbawa, if the pieces of evidence that are presented are so damaging talaga, and then it's
Mm.
so, what do you call this, mahirap na tanggihan na guilty si Sara Duterte, mahihirapan namang hindi i-convict ng ibang senador, hindi ba?
Mhm.
Unless talagang ready ka, no, na itaya ang integridad mo. So, yun yung iniiwasan nila. Yun
Mhm.
yung iniiwasan nila, actually.
Mhm. Professor Jim, hindi nga mutually exclusive itong usapin ng impeachment at itong brewing leadership change again in the Senate. No, paliwanag nga po natin from a political analyst's perspective. Paliwanag po natin sa ating mga kababayan, ano ba ang power ng Senate President kapag nag-convene na ang Senado bilang isang impeachment trial? Bakit ba natin, bakit mainit yung mata natin ngayon doon sa kung sino man yung i-elect na Senate President ng Senado?
Well, ang Senate President kasi, ikaw ang may control syempre ng budget ng buong, ng buong Senado. Ikaw ang may kakayahan na utusan ng buong secretariat. Ikaw, lalo na kung syempre majority ka, di may kakayahan ka rin na ikaw yung masusunod dun sa, of course, laging may voting required, no? Yung pag-arrange nung rules of impeachment, syempre, at kasama mo yung majority na magtatasa kung papayagan ba yung itong pieces of evidence na to, papayagan ba yung testimony, and ang daming pwedeng mangyari. That's why they want to control this political space. Kasi kapag sinabing ang impeachment ay political at hindi lang legal, hindi naman ibig sabihin nito dahil politiko rin yung boboto, hindi ba? Or hindi rin lang ibig sabihin nito dahil perpetual disqualification from public office. Ibig din sabihin nito, ihahayag sa buong publiko, no? Yung kung ano man yung mga question regarding dun sa wealth, regarding dun sa SALN, regarding dun sa pera na allegedly ay ninakaw ni VP Sara Duterte. So dahil ipasa sa publiko, makikita ng buong bayan. No, sila mismo meron silang mga opinion, no? At kapag ang public opinion lumabas, no? Lumabas na talagang tila sa palagay ng publiko guilty si VP Sara Duterte, I'm pretty sure may iba dyan talaga, hirap na hirap, no? Hirap na mag-decide, lalo na yung very loyal kay VP Sara Duterte. Kasi mahirapan silang sabihin na teka muna, overwhelming na yung evidence, paano ba ako, titiwalag ba ako dito sa aking kaibigan, patron, or di ba, or kaalyado. So yun ayaw nilang magdesisyon, yun.
And we saw the same thing happen during the time ni Chief Justice Corona, no, impeachment trial niya, no? Parang nag-iba yung ihip ng hangin as the trial went on, no. Professor Jean, gano'ng kalaki ngayon yung kahalagahan nung presence nila Senator Bato de la Rosa, and now we're not sure if atin ba si Senator Robin Padilla, who are known allies of Vice President Duterte. If hindi sila magpakita during the impeachment trial, gaano kalaki yung nagiging impact nun sa trial?
Malaki. In the first place, kaya nga nung nagpalit yung leadership last week, di ba, inano na nila, ang una nilang agenda, yung Resolution 44, yung remote.
Yes.
So, I guess, my sense is that it's not just for Bato, but for the other people involved in the flood control scandal. So that they can maintain the majority of Alan Peter Cayetano, and then if the impeachment trial pushes through, then they can still vote about how to evaluate which evidence can actually be included in the trial. Yung mga ganon. So yun yung gusto nila, to control the space during the trial.
We're talking about public sentiment din dito, Professor Gina. If we can flash it on the screen, yung recent na survey na nilabas ng Okta Research, and we saw here a hypothetical presidential and vice presidential tandem for the 2028 elections. We saw that for the first time, may lumamang sa block ni VP Sara Duterte, and that tandem, hypothetical tandem that is, ay yung tandem ni former VP Leni Robredo and incumbent Senator Raffy Tulfo, no. So kapag may mga ganun survey, kanina pinag-uusapan natin, public sentiment, pwedeng in the course of the trial, pwedeng mag-iba yung ihip ng hangin. Do you think yung mga ganito klaseng survey that we're seeing more resistance against Vice President Sara Duterte, will this have an impact doon sa the way our senator judges would handle the trial?
Of course. And also, we're already seeing this impact. That's the reason why we had a leadership change last week. Kasi andyan na yung impeachment di ba? Remember, the trial will be live streamed. And
Yes.
remember, because of so in real time, every statement, every utterance, pwedeng mag-react. No, that's the nature of the technology today. Very different from past impeachment trials, especially that this is the first time that we're trying a politician, no? After ERAP, if I'm not mistaken, di ba? So magiging napakainit at talagang magbabantay ang publiko, magbabantay din ang mga politiko tungkol sa sentiment na ito. No? That's why very important that we should all critically monitor and participate in this trial.
Napakalaki magiging role nitong impeachment trial nito doon sa magiging narrative, no, for the 2028 elections. On one hand, you can take a look at it from side na posibleng mag-flip ang public sentiment against the Vice President kapag maraming unearthed.
Yes, exactly.
But you can also take a look at it from the side na this can be used for sympathy.
Definitely.
So talagang, and when we're having that conversation, Professor Jean, ano ngayon yung dapat bantayan ng mga tao para maiwasan natin na ang tinitingnan lamang natin ay kung ano yung narrative na ipinupush ng magkabilang kampo?
Ang tingin ko, bantayan nila kung unang-una, sino yung mga senador na may gustong itago, may gustong pigilan yung iba na magsalita. Mahahalata mo naman yan, So, bantayan natin. Consistent ba yung iba, Consistent ba yung ibang senador, consistent ba sila dun sa kanilang stand? O makikita mo na ba na nagsiswing sila, Pangalawa, yung narrative ba ay halata mong sobrang rehearsed? Halata mong nag-play up sa public sentiment, di ba? So, halata mong iniiwasang halimbawang maging accountable. Hindi ako, my sense is that the defense may do everything it can not to present Sara Duterte.
But is that possible at this?
Yan, hindi ko rin alam. Hindi ko alam.
Meron ng mga statement before, si VP Sara Duterte, nahaharap lamang siya kapag nasa Senado na, kaya siya hindi nagpakita noon sa...
Yeah. I don't know about the legal implications of this, but optics-wise, kasi we've seen VP Sara Duterte in the past, when she would appear in an unfriendly setting, di ba? She finds it very hard to regulate her emotions, so it might not work for her, That is if they want to play with public sentiment, So baka hindi makaganda, but I don't know whether this is even legally possible.
Professor Jean, maibalik ko lamang yung ating usapan doon sa leadership change dyan sa Senado. In a few minutes, dadalhin natin yung ating feed dyan sa Senado kung saan natin mag-convene ngayong araw ng sa impeachment court, ang upper chamber. So, isa sa mga lumulutang na pangalan ngayon ay ang pangalan ni Senator Cheese Escudero. So, last year, kung paano, isa sa mga common na na-point out ng mga tao ay yung pag-delay niya doon sa pag-convene as an impeachment trial ng Senado. So kung siya ulit ngayon yung maging Senate President, this is a discourse I saw actually before we went live, na parang worth it ba na magpalit pa ulit ng liderato kung ipapalit mo rin naman ay isang Senate President who we have seen kung paano niya posible i-handle yung impeachment trial. And if we're
Yeah.
going to base of that pattern, kita natin na this could possibly be another, there could be another delay in the impeachment trial.
Yeah. And if I were the minority, I would not settle for what do you call this? Former Senate President Chis Escudero. Masyadong malaki yung bagahe. And they will all look like a sellout. Diba? So they don't want to be perceived as a sellout just to get the majority again. So I don't think Chis Escudero would be a good option.
Because at that point, mapatanong ka na rin, Professor Gino, what's the point of getting the majority?
Yeah.
Is it just being part of the majority, or is there a bigger purpose for being part of the majority? Which brings me to the question, and this could be a good concluding question for our interview, Professor Gino. What happened to the Senate? I mean, of course, wala namang perpektong Senado, no? Even yung mga senador natin in the past, no, kita din natin, meron din talagang mga kanya-kanyang gustong i-pursue. Pero a common sentiment online right now is we used to have a Senate na kahit you don't agree with their political sentiment, nakakatalino panoorin. May mga ganong common sentiment right now, especially online. Ano? So, what happened to our Senate?
I think tama yung yung mga analysis, for instance, that this is not something entirely new. It's just that the stakes are higher right now. People can get to monitor what's happening in the Senate in real time. I guess the mere fact that the Senate has been populated by politicians who are from all sorts of sectors, different sectors. So the way they converse, the way they relate to other people, or to even the television or the media is very much different from the way the usual abogado will handle the media or will speak. I guess that's also part of the reason. So and kasama na rin dun yung because they're actually elected as individuals, not necessarily belonging to solid, well-developed political parties. So, separate kingdoms sila. And one individual senator's vote is very crucial, especially itong mga nakaraang congresses past. So, kahit alipustahin mo, halimbawa yung Sergeant at Arms dyan, sa harap ng session, sa lahat ng sa buong Pilipinas, na nakikita ng buong Pilipinas, wala silang pakialam. Hindi rin siya hindi rin siya ipipigilan ng ibang mga senator. Yung at one point makikita mo that they're trying to allow a senator, sige, magsalita ka, ikaw lang sa'yo yan pero on the other hand, nahihilang pababa yung whatever integrity left of the Senate.